Hi guys, welcome back to this YouTube video. We're going to be watching scary animated videos. I'm like scared to death. Pray for me. So, you've got the bathroom light on. I'm going to just shut the door because why not? Oh god, I'm scared. Was it? Watch it, guys. I'm in my TP, so that's gonna be fun. Does it start? No. Okay. It's 12 Horror Stories animated, March 2020. Oh, I've watched one.
Moved out of my parents' house once I started making a steady paycheck. I'm a plumber, and one day I had to go to someone's house to fix some pipes. It was a married couple and their daughter living there. Their daughter was 22 at the time. She was 6 months older than me, and her name was Amanda. While I was working, she was talking to me, asking if I was single and stuff like that. And to be honest, she seemed pretty cute. We exchanged phone numbers and eventually started dating.
Oh, I've watched this one. The girl turns like into a devil.
Stuff started to get out of hand. She was always getting mad and annoyed so easily. She always started arguments and so on. This began to happen all of the time, even in public, which was incredibly embarrassing. One day I had enough, and I had to break up with her, and I told her to leave and never come back. Amanda was pretty pissed off when I said that. I just ignored her, and she was packing her stuff. She finally left, or so I thought. After that day, she would always show up at my house, harass me, throw rocks in my window.
What the heck? She was a nice little,
Many times.
cute girl. Look what's happened to her. She's gone like a devil.
I would find her in her house, yelling at me.
It's going to be a 50-minute long video.
Writing.
I do not want to do this for 50 minutes this time. I would say come back or kill you.
That bitch carved me a bunch of times with her arms and legs.
No.
Got into my house because I forgot to take that
She still has the key.
at the time. In hindsight, I'm such an idiot. I know. That psycho knew where my parents lived and showed up to their house during the night. My mom almost had a heart attack when she woke up to the sound of a knife being tapped on the window glass. When she woke up, she saw Amanda standing there, staring at her, while psychotically smiling at her. Amanda did a lot, which really pissed me off. So one night, I decided to stay.
Oh, I'm scared.
It was about 2 in the morning, and I heard a tapping noise in the window next to me. I turned and saw Amanda staring right at me. Her eyes were wide open and red. She had bags in her eyes and a huge smile. I went outside and started yelling at her to stay away from me and my family. But she screamed at the top of her lungs and charged at me with a knife. I punched her right in the face, which knocked her out. I called the cops and made sure Amanda didn't wake up while they were arriving. The cops came quickly while Amanda was knocked out. They found my house key on her, and she was arrested and eventually sentenced for a long while. After Amanda was sentenced, my parents and I moved out of state because we'd like to stay as far away from Amanda as we possibly can, because she will eventually be released.
I'm scared. My heart.
This happened to me at the beginning of this year, just after I lost my husband to meningitis. I had moved in with
You know what? We're bringing this happening in the TP10. Let's do this party monkeys.
job that wasn't very stressful, and it was also nice to me in my grief-stricken state.
Die.
The job
Can
was
describe
night shift front
Nice.
desk manager position.
I
So I was watching scary movies or listening to creepy podcasts to help keep me awake.
You know what?
My husband had never liked scary things like I did.
I got a
so
blanket.
it was nice getting back to something.
She's a weirdo. She's not scary things. What's wrong with her? Oh my goodness me. My goodness me.
The hotel was
The blankie.
to be by myself.
My other
Especially
blankie.
since there was always someone around as far as guests went.
So
Until we got my boss was always a phone call away.
there.
I knew I'd have backup if needed. Anyway, it was a night like any other. I was in the back office behind the desk, watching the cameras and listening to a podcast while twirling a pen around, waiting for hours to tick away.
No.
The hotel was pretty empty, and I felt more alone than usual. I looked down at my phone as my podcast ended and went to pick another one when I noticed movement outside the building on the cameras. A guest was walking in. I hadn't seen a car pull in from the driveway camera, but I chalked it up to me just not paying attention.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
to the
hold.
desk.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoop.
The man walked in, and I quickly noticed his clothes were dirty,
Look at
tattered,
him.
and that he had this odd smell to him. Metallic smell. I shook off the weird feeling and looked up at his face before greeting him. And I noticed that his eyes weren't on me, but the wall behind, just above me. I followed his gaze, wondering what he could be looking at, but there wasn't anything there. I was confused, but thought maybe he was lost in thought. I greeted him again, but his gaze still remained on the wall. I was starting to get freaked out, but kept my cool and cleared my throat. Sir, is there something I can help you with? I asked more firmly. Quickly, his eyes flicked down and his eyes were wide and crazy looking. It startled me enough that I took a small step back. His previously blank expression grew into that of a crazed, wide smile. He was missing teeth, and the second his lips
Ah!
moved,
Ah!
I could smell his
Ah!
wet breath. It made my stomach churn. Before I could open my mouth,
Look at his teeth. The man with three teeth. Imagine him chewing a banana would just be like. Oh, this is not that scary anymore, is it? Oh, okay, let's carry on.
I watched his eyes slowly flick up and down my body, as if he were undressing me with his eyes. Then his eyes moved to my hand, and his smile faded into a hate-filled glare. His eyes were on my wedding ring. Well, yes, I still wore it, as I wasn't ready to give it up yet. "What the heck is that?" he asked, his voice thick and gruff and full of anger. "My wedding ring, sir. I'm married," I said, thinking maybe he was drunk. His glare got worse as his eyes met mine again. "Married? You lying bitch. You never told me you were married. You
Oh my
lied to
God.
me." "Sir, I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm afraid that I'm going to have
I was
to
gonna
ask
say,
you to leave." I was so scared at that moment, but tried desperately not to cry.
I might have to put some adults.
"So, you're kicking me out of my own home? You're a little hussy. I'm taking what's owed to me. Get over here." He reached across the counter to try and grab me, and I let out a
Hell
shout,
no.
stumbled back, tripping over my long skirt. I crawled quickly for the office door as he rushed to the counter. He grabbed my shirt, tearing it down the back as I went to slam the door shut.
No.
And I slammed it on
Oh,
his
God.
hand, making him scream in
Popcorn
pain as
stuck
I
in my
heard the
mum's
bones
phone.
break. As he let me go, I